Some names carry an immediate weight, sparking fear before they are even understood. Pomba Gira is one of them. For many, this word evokes mystery, misinterpreted sensuality, vengeance, and dark witchcraft. But what if I told you that much of this view is a result of prejudice, ignorance, and stories told in distorted ways? Today, with deep respect for Brazilian spiritual traditions and guided by the principles of charity, inner transformation, and spiritual progress, so often emphasized by Chico Xavier, we will untangle this negative myth and see Pomba Gira for what she truly is: a guardian, a counselor, a worker of divine law, an educator of emotions and self-esteem, and a liberator from harmful bonds. If this message already resonates with you, take a deep breath with me, hit the like button, subscribe, and write in the comments, "I choose the light of understanding." This helps this message reach those in need and keeps you close to our community. Before we begin, an important note. This video is an invitation to understanding, not a call to reckless practices. Every serious spiritual house has its own foundations and rituals. The purpose here is to guide and clarify so that you may approach spirituality with respect, ethics, and awareness. With that said, let's continue that SOY is Pomba Gira surrounded by controversy because she touches on two collective wounds: sexuality and personal power. For centuries, expressive feminine energy was silenced, and any symbol representing freedom, healthy pleasure, courage, and justice was branded as dangerous. It is within this context that myths arise. She is vengeful, she is evil, she only performs love spells. But reality is different. In Umbanda and other traditions, Pomba Gira is recognized as a guardian spirit, working at the symbolic crossroads of life where choices demand firmness, clarity, and courage. She works in the gray areas of human existence: passion, jealousy, insecurities, and emotional dependencies, because she has the spiritual authority to guide those who are lost in such struggles. And where does Chico Xavier come in? He is the foundation. Chico always taught that God does not create demons, and that all spirits are in the process of evolution. Labels we place here mean little about the true essence on the other side. He emphasized charity, forgiveness, vigilance over thoughts, and the law of spiritual resonance. We attract what we cultivate. Here lies a key point. When someone seeks to harm another through revenge or emotional enslavement, they will not find support in enlightened spirits, but rather in suffering entities that take advantage of their imbalance. The mission of light is to free, not to imprison. Under this lens, the true Pomba Gira does not indulge in whims of control. She teaches, strengthens self-esteem, ends harmful cycles, and restores dignity. How does she work? Imagine Pomba Gira as the unwavering voice you need when it's time to say enough, as a mirror that restores your beauty when you place yourself last, as a hand that closes the doors of humiliation and opens the paths of respect. Where there is abuse, she cuts it off. Where there is manipulation, she reveals the truth. Where there is dependency, she whispers, "You deserve love," without begging for it. This is the opposite of fear. Her strength is firm, direct, sometimes unsettling, because truth frees, but it also shatters illusions. If this insight made sense, comment freedom. Right now, your participation spreads this energy to more people. And what about the so-called love spells? Let's be clear. They are violations of free will. Every attempt to control another brings painful consequences and links the seeker to spirits of the same vibration. The true Pomba Gira is not a servant of wounded passions. She is an agent of spiritual justice who respects freedom, clarifies illusions, and teaches accountability. That's why when someone says, "I asked Pomba Gira and it didn't work," many times it is life itself answering, "No, Spiritual ethics are simple. If it benefits everyone, it is supported by the light. If it enslaves, the light withdraws. And why is she so linked to sensuality? Because sensuality, in its purest form, is vital energy. It is joy, presence, and self-care. Sick moralism distorted it into promiscuity. Pomba Gira teaches both men and women to respect pleasure with responsibility, honesty, and consent. She heals illusions of settling for less and the manipulation of seduction as control. In harmony with Chico's teachings, she shows that self-love is not arrogance. It is a foundation for free and healthy relationships. There are countless stories that illustrate this. A woman in an abusive relationship doesn't receive a spell against a partner, but instead guidance to remember who she is. This reflection restores her dignity, bringing new strength to rebuild her life. Another man, dominated by jealousy, learns through her that what he calls love is really fear, and from this truth, he transforms into a better partner and human being. In Umbanda, Pomba Giras are guardians of the left-hand line of light, maintaining balance in the energetic crossroads of life. Exu and Pomba Gira are not demons. They are workers of divine law, cutting negative demands, undoing lies, protecting and awakening consciousness. True seriousness is recognized not by theatrics, but by ethics. Respect for free will, commitment to charity, sobriety, and spiritual responsibility. Fear persists because the media for years reinforced stigma by portraying only superficial images, candles, crossroads, offerings, without teaching their deeper meanings. Without context, symbols inspire fear. With understanding, they inspire respect. And here lies the question: what part of us still believes love can be conquered by force? When we heal the shadow, fear disappears and awareness rises that a serious spiritual house never sells shortcuts or instant miracles. It does not foster dependency. Instead, it teaches responsibility, prayer, inner growth, and patience with life's timing. Charlatans sell shortcuts. True spirituality guides you on the path. And yes, it is possible to connect with this energy with respect, humility, and sincerity. It is less about theatrical rituals and more about living with integrity, choosing what uplifts, rejecting what destroys, practicing gratitude, and embracing truth. A simple prayer could be, Guardian of the Law, Lady of the Crossroads, help me cultivate self-love without arrogance, courage without violence, truth without harshness, joy without excess. May I close the doors of humiliation and open paths of dignity. May I respect the freedom of all, so that mine is also respected. Hail justice, hail charity, hail the light. And how does this connect to Chico Xavier? In every way, the foundation is the same. Charity, reason, faith, vigilance over our inner world, and the certainty that no spirit is eternally condemned. The language differs, but the essence is one. Love that frees if you've come this far. Try this exercise. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and recall a moment when you felt smaller than you truly are. Visualize a bright crossroads and declare, I choose myself. This is a real energy point, 3 lessons to keep. A true Pomba Gira harms no one. She only cuts away what destroys you. Free will is sacred. Any attempt to enslave another wounds yourself. Traditions must be respected. Flee from empty promises and embrace paths of responsibility. If this message brought you clarity, share it with someone who still fears what they don't understand. Leave a like, subscribe, and write in the comments. Hail the light of justice. Your gesture might be the light another person needs today. And if you'd like to go deeper, in the next video we can explore questions like the difference between Exu and Pomba Gira, the spiritual lines such as Maria Padilha or Maria Malambo, and what true spiritual protection looks like. If you want this part 2, comment, I want part 2. thank you for walking with me this far. May courage, justice, and charity be your foundation. Sarava,